Welcome to Auto Glass Digest Talk. I am Jamie Browning. We're here at SEMA 2017. Host of Garage Squad, Heather Storm. You are all over the map on the entertainment side. You definitely have to be one of the busiest people in entertainment.
I appreciate that. I want to be busy.
you definitely are, and we'll touch on some of that in a minute, but thanks so much for taking the time for us.
Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. So tell us about Garage Squad. I know everybody is excited. Season 4 is wrapping.
Yep. Season finale. Season finale
tonight, right?
Is tonight, and we have a very special episode, different than anything else we've done. I don't want to give it away.
Can you give us a little bit, or just?
Well, we take the car to the track.
Really?
Yeah, so that's a little different than what we usually do.
That is pretty cool.
So for people who don't know, Garage Squad is a show where people can submit their classic cars online to garagesquad.tv. So maybe they have a car that's been sitting for 10 years, 20, 30, 40, up to 50, 60 years.
That's that's one of my questions for you.
Yeah,
so,
not running. And they submit it, tell us the story about why the car is special to them, how long they've had it, and usually there's a lot of story to that.
Right.
Because as we all know, people really get attached to their cars, and they have a lot of meaning.
Right.
And we go, and those lucky chosen few, the Garage Squad, which consists of myself, 2 other hosts, and 3 mechanics, goes to the owner's garage and works on their classic car in their garage alongside the owner.
And so many of them have like an emotional and personal connection. Are they just like taken back when you show up?
Oh, I mean, it's
that's got to be tough sometimes, like that, you know.
Yeah. We really look for stories that that are meaningful. People who really are attached to their car. Maybe they bought it for their father, or their dad passed away, or just there's always a story and an attachment to the car, and we really look for stories that are that people can relate to. That other people can relate to as well. But, the people who get chosen, I mean, sometimes there's tears the first day that we don't show on camera.
I can imagine.
Because they're so lucky. I mean,
probably the crew too, right?
Oh, I mean, it's a big deal. And I mean, to put it in perspective, I mean, I think we had over 20,000 submissions.
Wow.
So the 10 people who were chosen truly won the lotto.
I mean, that's I would not want that job. That has to be to decide who. I mean, out of 20,000, that's a lot of work.
I am not that person, so that's good.
You don't need any more projects right now. You are you're definitely busy. So what's the oldest, what's been sitting the longest?
Well, we did a 34 Ford. Okay, that was the oldest car we did. I think that was season 2 or 3. They're all starting to go together for me a little bit right now. So many cars. But that one, I mean, we hot rodded that thing out.
Right.
So, I mean, that was just super,
and it's on the website,
cool.
So they can definitely check that out.
You can go to garagesquad.tv, check out some of the builds. And all the past episodes also are on Velocity Go. So you can watch the other seasons of Garage Squad too. But you can see we try to do a variety of cars. Because everyone has their favorite type of car.
You can't always do Mustangs or Camaros. So,
right. So we have to do a variety that because everyone has a favorite car that fits their personality.
Right.
So we really try to go across the gamut, even though we stay a little more American, but that's really what we're getting more submissions of, to be honest. And also an important thing for people that kind of ask, why are we doing a lot of American cars? We have to find these parts in a very short time frame.
Right.
There's a time component to these builds that a lot of people don't fully recognize. We don't have even a week to finish them.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not going to just run to, I'm sorry, no plugging. You're not going to run to the local auto parts store and find parts for a Subaru. So, you know, classic American cars, that stuff is readily available through multiple outlets. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier, although sometimes, I mean, when we're scrambling for parts on the show, that's real. Right.
That's even just, myself trying to get something finished on the weekend. Yeah. I can relate to that because I'm like running around, and I live in somewhat of a rural area. It's about a 45-minute drive each way.
Oh, yeah.
And you get there and you're like, oh, they don't have it or something, and you're stressing. And
or you order it and the wrong thing comes. I mean, that's happened to us so many times. You know, some of the suppliers, they'll put together the kits that are supposed to be perfect, and they put it together themselves, then we order it. And this has happened a bunch, and it's not anyone's particular fault. It's just the way the industry is. We get the kit and one piece doesn't fit. Well, we really needed to get that piece on so we could finish the car and get the other pieces on. It goes in order.
and so many of the older cars, they're not very well documented, even through like the VIN number and the part. So you can have a different supplier of a part in the middle of an assembly process, and so it's not always the supplier fault. There's just so much stuff.
There's just so many moving parts, literally, to the auto game. I mean, we're ordering hundreds of parts per car.
Right.
Obviously, things are going to go wrong. There's no way you can have no margin of error on that.
Right. And you mentioned personality and car.
Yes.
So tell us about your personality that you drive all the time.
Yeah. Well, I recently purchased a 65 Silver Blue Mustang Coupe, 289. And
3-speed?
No, it's automatic.
For the road trips, that's probably better.
California, honestly. I had a stick shift. I had a manual in California when I first moved there.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, my shoulder hurt at the end of the day. But that also has to do with my particular driving style.
And the old school clutches, you would have like one really large leg and a small one, because that's a workout.
Seriously, my calf got big on one side.
I 100% believe that. That is for sure.
So, I love driving manuals, and at some point I would like to have that, not when living in LA though.
Right.
Or if it's just a cruiser.
A good second car in the garage, you come out, it's like, oh, this weekend is nice, I'm gonna,
I don't have to drive it, but when I want to do that type of driving, absolutely. But for this car, I decided to go automatic. It just happened to be the car. It really wasn't like, oh, I have a bunch of choices of silver blue 65 Mustangs. I was like, this one's here. It's awesome. Pony interior, all numbers matching. It's gorgeous.
Really?
Yeah. Love it. It's an automatic, fine. We'll take it anyway. That's kind of was the decision.
Yeah.
And for my personality, kind of matching that up, I like the Mustang because it's kind of badass, and I feel like that's my driving style. It's like, I won't say I'm not nice on the road, but I'm an assertive driver.
Now, you didn't get that growing up in the Midwest. You got that when you moved to LA, or you've always...
I've always kind of just been, it's kind of my mindset. Like, I'm just trying to get places. As you said, I'm very busy. So I'm like, I got a mission. I'm kind of always on a mission. And so with that, I'm just trying to get around other people and to the next location. So I just, I see 5 cars ahead. I'm making moves. I'm just driving to get somewhere.
And funny you mentioned that. I ran across something about you, and the title was... Heather Storm will beat you in a drag race.
Never actually a drag race. However, yes, it's referring to my style of driving.
Right. So that's pretty cool. So have you always been into like cars and...
Yeah, I've always liked cars. And I think it's just because I like the... Number one, even just as a kid, I liked the freedom that cars represent. As a kid, I couldn't wait to have a car because I can get out and get away from the family, do what I want, independence at last, kind of thing. And as soon as I started driving, I really just enjoyed driving. Again, like I said, I see it like 5 moves ahead. It's not like I'm like, okay, that light's going to change up there. Get ahead of this guy, get through the light. It's a little video game for me driving.
Right. And so were you working on cars with your dad?
Yeah, exactly. In Montana, where I grew up, my dad was, a manly man. He fixed the houses, remodeled every house we had. He had multiple cars. He had a 70s El Camino. And as the children, we were expected to work on the house, on the cars, and help with everything, around the house.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot to be said doing it yourself, no matter what it is. If it's the plumbing in the house or, transmission on the car, whatever, a lot of people in, rural areas, they like to take that stuff on themselves. So it's pretty cool.
I think it's an important sense of accomplishment, when you challenge yourself about something. And you can get in over your head pretty quickly on a car, as we know.
Right.
But, when you take it one project at a time, and you accomplish those little projects, you actually build your own self-confidence. And I think that, looking back, that's what my father was trying to do, is build our confidence that you can handle anything.
Right.
And it was really important to him that I knew how to drive a stick shift as soon as I got my driver's license.
I am trying to get my niece to start driving. I'm going to try to teach her, so that should be quite the challenge. But I think it's really cool when a woman knows how to drive a stick shift. I mean, that's cool. It's kind of like, okay, so she's a little into cars and so that's always cool.
Yeah, well, it's really important. And one of my dad's reasons when I was in high school was, I don't want you going to a party and the guy you went with gets too drunk and then you need to be able to drive the car home. He has a stick shift and you can't.
Wow, that's good logic.
That was a very specific example in his mind.
Right.
But hey, it worked.
Or if he turns out to be a total creep, you can just get in his car, drive it.
Exactly. Leave him at the party.
Right. I've had that happen to me a couple times. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about some of your other projects.
Great.
And a little bit about the SEMA show. That's why we're all here.
That's right.
You have your podcast at the SEMA show, your autograph sign, so you are definitely a very busy woman at the SEMA show.
I am very busy at SEMA. It's like running from one place to another.
Yep. So we'll touch on that when we come back, and we'll be right back.
Do you want to know how easy and effective advertising on Autoglass Digest can be? Visit our website to fill out our advertising form or contact me directly at katie@autoglassdigest.com to find out how you can reach our audience throughout our various platforms and original video series.
Welcome back to AGD Talk. I'm Jamie Browning, joined by Heather Storm, Garage Squad, among many other things. So tell us a little bit about your schedule here at SEMA, because this will, by the time this airs, people will still have Thursday and Friday at the show. So tell us where they can find you.
Yeah, well, I will be signing autographs at the Royal Purple booth. That's booth number 23543. And I'll be there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday. So I'm just hoping people show up.
I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think it may be an issue of you not being able to get out of there. I'm sure the line is going to be pretty long for that one.
But I do have special pictures for people that do show up there, which is exciting. They're not available anywhere else. So
Wow.
if you do stop by SEMA, you can get a autographed picture for your garage or your shop or whatever. So that's pretty fun.
So if I stand in line, can I get one to give away on our social media?
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. So you guys heard that. We'll be putting that on Facebook or Twitter or something. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what else? You're doing your podcast?
Yeah, I'm a co-host on the Man Seeks Adventure podcast, and it's cars, bars, eats, and adventures. So it's all kinds of fun and fits right into SEMA.
Right.
And I also do a drink of the day with that podcast, which is kind of fun. So we'll see what kind of special drink I bring into SEMA for everyone. But we're doing that at 11 o'clock at the MagnaFlow booth.
MagnaFlow, 11 o'clock today. So get out there. And so is there room for people to stand around and watch the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a couple special guests. We have Tom Green. Remember Tom Green?
Of course.
I know, all the stuff he was doing. Well, he has a show now on The Strip, a comedy show.
Wow.
So he's going to be joining because it's promoting his show as a special guest. And then we have Elvis Monroe, a band that's local to Las Vegas, and they're going to be playing as well. So it's going to be a great podcast.
That is going to be a good one. So we'll make sure that we get out there and check that out.
Yeah.
So going back a little bit, you have so many projects going on. One that I should be listening more so than the car. Tell us about Black Lab.
Yeah, Black Lab is an event and catering company that I started a little over 6 years ago in Los Angeles. And we specialize in themed bars and fantastic, crazy, cool drinks and fresh cocktails. But we also do everything. We're a full-scale event company. So we do weddings, corporate events, we cater food, everything you can imagine.
Wow.
But we really got started because we were really specializing in the bars. So we'll do like themed mojito bars or margarita or snow cones.
And that's why I need to pay attention more to that, because I go to the bar and I'm like, okay, I only know a couple things because I'm not a big drinker. So I'm like, okay, the gin and tonic, it's like, so I need to venture out a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you can kind of see what we're doing there with different drinks. And on my website as well, I'll do different cocktail recipes so you could, become a home mixologist and mess around with a few drinks.
Tell us what the website is.
heatherstorm.com.
Pretty
really
easy to, that's a difficult one.
Yeah, heatherstorm.com. But you can see, I do a little bit of cocktail recipes as well as some healthy food recipes.
That's more so where I need to be paying attention, because especially out here, the hustle, the bustle, you're grabbing a cheeseburger from the...
It is hard, I will admit, and in this industry, no matter what side of it you're on, where you're running from place to place, you just need quick food, snacks, and it's like all around us is just crap food. And it fuels us for like a quick sugar high, and then...
I get in trouble with Katie with that a lot. I'm like drinking the energy drink, and she's like, really? And she like looks at the label, and she tells me what that breaks down to. I'm like, okay, well, now I don't want to drink the rest of that. I'll go get a water. So, yeah.
Well, it's one of those things, James, where once the glass is shattered, you know, and you know,
Right.
it's kind of like you're going to reach for that and go, oh, I don't want to do that to myself. So knowledge is power when it comes to the food, I think. And just learning just a little bit about which food is good and what are good healthy snacks, I think is really helpful for everyone.
Right. So we have a question from social media.
Okay.
And I like this one because I have a little inside knowledge on this one. They want to know if you have a future project coming out, or what are you going to be doing soon?
Well, we wrapped Garage Squad just about a month ago, so I'm back in LA now, and one of the projects I'm really excited about is in conjunction with my 65 Mustang, which I'm doing road trips across America.
Which I love that. That's
I just, you know, when I was filming for Garage Squad, we were in Chicagoland area, and sometimes we're 2 or 3 hours outside of the city. And I just got to really enjoy some of these little small towns out there, got to know them. And I thought, you know what? I really want to drive and see more of these small towns.
Right. Kind of remind you of home maybe a little bit.
It does a little bit,
So you get that warm, fuzzy feeling.
Exactly. Small town Montana, where people are nice. And, you know, so I decided that I wanted to do little trips where I could just see a section and then put it on social media. So the first one I did was just right after Garage Squad wrapped, and I went from Pontiac, Illinois to Winfield, Kansas.
Wow.
So I started, and for people that don't know, Pontiac, Illinois is right on Route 66. They have the Route 66 Museum. They have a Pontiac Museum, and it's a small little town, and they just, it's just a really cool place to see.
Right.
And then I made it all the way to Winfield, Kansas, and along the way stopping and sharing with social media on social media and different pictures and videos. And in Winfield, Kansas, that was the end, was the 46th annual Walnut Valley Festival, which is a bluegrass festival.
That sounds
huge.
Right.
Yeah, really fun, fun. So the idea for me is just to find kind of off the beaten path things, or, you know, that was a big thing, but I never heard of it before.
Right.
So I'm going to be planning another one through the Southwest as well, and I'm going to be taking some fan suggestions about places to stop. And I'm just excited about evolving this into something that can be really interactive.
Right. So everyone send Heather your ideas and reach out to her on Twitter. What's your Twitter?
Yeah, at HeatherStormLA is my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just try to keep it simple at HeatherStormLA.
Speaking of Twitter, we're making good headway on Twitter, and you know, it's kind of new to me, you know, over the last couple of years. If you want your Twitter to blow up, you mentioned Heather Storm, SEMA, and Garage Squad on the same tweet. Our Twitter blew up like it. I turned my phone off because, you know, it was like, you know, going off. And I was like, what is this? I think I'm being spammed. So I'm like, someone has hacked my account. I go over, I picked it up, and it's like, you know, Heather Storm, LA, Garage Squad, SEMA. I was like, wow. I was like, so...
There you go. Now
everyone knows the secret formula to social media. All those people will go out of business now. We have figured it out.
So we figured it out. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. So that was a really good one with the Twitter. The guys at Garage Squad reached out to us on Twitter also. So I'm looking forward. I'm definitely going to come over and meet those guys and everything.
That's great.
We will definitely be there for the podcast. And where can people find the podcast?
The podcast is Man Seeks Adventure. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it on Google Play. You can find it on manseeksadventure.com. We post everything up there, as well as our recommendations and our drink of the day. And
that is an amazing website. It is like the go-to place. I went there. I was like, I'm just going to check it out, you know. And this was actually a little while back before we even had this scheduled. And 45 minutes later, I'm still on the website.
Yes.
You know, it's like, you know what I mean? So when you get there, it's not just one, you know, it's multifaceted. It's like you click on one thing and you're like in this rabbit hole of like man stuff.
Information about man things, right? Because every podcast we talk about some cool car things, some travel that we've been doing, and then on the website we list all of the things that we talk about in the episode so that people can reference them and go to those places, go to those bars. One episode we did all the dive bars in the valley in LA. So Dave and I actually drove around to all the dive bars and took pictures, and then we put that on our list on the website, so people were interested in finding some cool different dive bars. They can go there.
Yeah. So if you're trying to get out of the hustle and bustle of LA, go there, check out that, and then you can find out the best dive bars. You should do one here in Vegas.
That's right.
Soon.
Yeah, best dive bars in Vegas. That might be a little scary.
Yes.
How divey can they get?
Right. Pretty deep. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I know when we put on our Facebook and Twitter, I had a lot of people reach out to me, friends, my text messages, calls. Everyone's like, we want to be there. I was like, well, fly out. You can sit in with us or something. But everyone was excited when we made the announcement. Really appreciative of you, taking the time for us and coming out. So today, 11 o'clock, Royal Purple.
11 o'clock, Man Seeks Adventure.
Oh, Man Seeks Adventure at 11. And then Thursday
at 2 is
2
Royal
o'clock
Purple.
is Royal Purple. And today is the big season finale of Garage Squad. So watch it, and I'm going to see if I can pry some more information off air from you about that one, because I'm pretty excited about it. I love those. I mean, we could talk forever. So
thank you so much.
You are, definitely very nice for taking the time for us. And follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Heather Storm at Heather Storm LA for Facebook, Twitter, and do you do Instagram?
And Instagram as well.
Instagram, YouTube, your YouTube channel.
YouTube too this is a funny thing because it's Heather Storm but with an S after the A, and that was clear just a typo from me.
And they are so strict about that.
And they're strict about changing your handle, so now I'm stuck with this
Not
thing.
even Heather Storm can get her handle changed. That is, I was, they sent me that, they gave me like the warning, and they're like, are you sure? Because you can't do it again. And I was like, it took me a month. I backed out and I read articles and stuff. I was scared, and finally I pushed it. I was like, it is what it is.
I set it up 6 years ago, and I wasn't paying attention. I was just typing really quick my name, mistyped, added an S in the middle, and now I'm stuck with that forever. So it's Hester Storm. But you can just put in YouTube and put Heather Storm and you'll get to me.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Log on to autoglassdigest.com. We're going to have all the links to everything about Heather on there. So we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Are you looking for a windshield setting device that not only saves stress on your body, but is designed to set the windshield back to the exact factory location? Rolodeck is the only premium setting device that attaches to the vehicle without relying on suction cups. It also adjusts to the windshield being replaced for a precise factory alignment with the replacement. Now available at most auto glass suppliers, or visit Rolodeck.net for instructional videos and purchase options.